Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, students. Once again, welcome Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. This lecture is for grade first year boys and girls, Pakistan culture. You know that we have started chapter 2 and we are doing first part of the chapter, that is land, and this is your fifth lecture. You know, in the previous lecture we have discussed the location of the country, location of Pakistan, area of Pakistan, neighboring countries of Pakistan, and I told you about the short question. It can be write a short note on the location of Pakistan, name the neighboring countries of Pakistan. Then we discuss in detail the mountainous zone. Today our new topic which we will discuss, first of all a little review of the mountainous zone. Mountainous zone, I told you, this belt comprises two of Pakistan's four provinces. You know, Pakistan has four provinces, and this series of mountain comprises of two provinces, the frontier province and Balochistan province. And also I told you it is divided into two main regions, the northern regions and the main important main the highest mountain ranges of the world. These are number one Himalayas, Karakoram and Hindu Kush. These are the three most important or more important mountains in this series, northern mountain range. Also, we discussed the beautiful valleys of the northern region. These are Chitral, Gilgit, Hunza, Swat, Kagan Valley, Murray Hills, Ayutthaya, Nathia Gully. It can be asked in short question. Name the uh, five valleys of northern mountain. Then we discuss the southern mountain, Suleiman Range, including the Savedko, the White Mountain, and the Kirthar. We discuss in detail all these things we uh, discussed in the previous lecture. Today our topic is Indus Basin. In my book it is page number 14. So we will start the Indus Basin today. Beside the mountainous region, a large part of Pakistan consists of the alluvial plain created by the silt, of course, brought by the river Indus and its tributaries. You know, Pakistan, the most important river, and all the agricultural sector mostly depend on it. That is river Indus and its tributaries. Uh, Extending over an approximate area of 16,100 kilometer. It is divided into two broad subdivisions, the Upper Indus Basin and the Lower Indus Basin. It can be asked a short question, write a short note, the Indus Basin. So you will write the Upper Indus Basin and the Lower Indus Basin also. First of all, we will discuss the Upper Indus Basin. The river Indus emerges from the mountain and enters the plain at Attock, the traditional crossing point. From Attock to Mithankot below Multan, where the five tributaries join the main channel and form a mighty river known as Panchnath. Panchnath means the land of five rivers, the five rivers. The area constitute which area? It is the Upper Indus Plain Basin and has given its name to the province as Punjab, land of five rivers. It can be asked in MCQs which province is called the land of five rivers, that is Punjab. And characteristically it is very unique, very important. Why? Because of its canal irrigation with abundant monsoon rain. You know, it is a rainy season in Pakistan. This region, due to its fertility rich, is famous the granary of the east. We discuss here the Indus River from where it flow, and then we discuss the land of the five rivers. Now, why it is called? Because of rich land, because of the fertility. This is called the granary of the east. Granary, a large amount of grain. Now, the lower Indus Basin. Lower Indus Basin. From the Panchnath down to the sea coast, the area is known as the Lower Indus Basin, and in which province it is in Sindh. This alluvial plain, watered by a single stretch of the river, though outside the range of monsoon rain and subject to great aridity, is nevertheless exceedingly fertile. The province of Sindh is therefore aptly called the gift of the Indus, or the Indus River. Which province is called the gift of the Indus? That is province of Sindh. It can be asked in MCQs, and also it can be MCQs. Egypt is known as the gift of the Nile. Underline these points. The delta, however, is sandy and due to constant silting, unstable. Mostly this area is desert area or the dry area. The delta, however, it is sandy. Now we will discuss the river system, and also we will discuss the early civilization, not the still, but also we will discuss the early civilization. And this topic can be asked in long question. Write a note on the river system. I told you in this book you have no exercise, no MCQs, no short question. So during lecture, which a question or MCQs I told you, please note it and write it on your notebook. The river system, it can be in long question. Write a note on the river system. It's a very the most remarkable, the most important feature of the Pakistan is the great river system, created by the Indus River and its tributaries. The Indus arises in the western Tibet, one of the nature's greatest watershed on the earth. After flowing a great distance, it reached where it reached after covering a long distance. It reached North Kashmir and finally veers change direction suddenly. Suddenly, this change its direction where to the southward, receiving water from a number of hill streams and small river on its way. It received greatest aggression from the perennial and monsoon-fed tributaries in the plain of the upper Indus Basin, Kabul, Sawar, Tochi, and Gomal River on the west, and the five rivers of Punjab, the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Sutlej, and Beas River on the east. Also, it can be in short question name the rivers of the five rivers of Pakistan or five rivers of the Punjab. If you can write, name five rivers of Pakistan, mostly this question. So you can write any five rivers of Pakistan. These five join the main river below Multan and then process downwards to the sea in a single stream. After crossing the Lucky Hills at Sakkar Gorge, it journeyed down to the sea for 300 miles without receiving any new aggression to its waters. What is the importance of this river? The importance of this river to the tropical and hot region where heat is the most pervasive and important factor of life cannot be gainsaid. This impact of the river on the whole region is born out from the fact that is tradition of the Aryans. I told you we will discuss also here the early civilization, and one of the Aryans, one of the earliest settled in this region, and it is mentioned as Sindhu, meaning the great river. Also, it can be asked in MCQs, which was later corrupted into the Persian and Greek phonetic as Hindu, Hind, and Indus, and India. And these became the appellation of the people and the whole of the country. The river Indus not only affected the life of the people, it also affected and have overall impressed so much and scared some of the greatest conquerors in the history, such as Alexander, Genghis Khan, Tamerlane, and the natural disaster, or if the natural disaster it will be flood. It's floods, though not tamed by huge dams and barrages, have not only caused destruction and disappearance of the riverside habitation like those, the most of the time we will also discuss in the coming chapters, and the old civilization, but civilized, most of the we discuss these are the old civilization Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, but have been an unsettling factor in modern day economy. Nevertheless, the great river system with abundance of fertile land and water has formed the nucleus central most important part of large civilized settlements since 5,000 years. Its navigable river channel have not only sustained inland trade and commerce but also participated and contributed and affected to link with maritime living near sea communities, the communities which were living near sea at the old time, in ancient time, as well as in medieval, middle age, and modern times. Now, the next topic which we will discuss, the plateaus. Three major plateau formations are in your book. These are Potwar Plateau, Balochistan Plateau, and Kohistan Plateau. Forming the middle region in the physical landscape between lofty hills and low-lying plains, the plateau mark the transit stages between city and plenty sporting varying level of pastoral life situated along the spurs of each mountain range. The three major plateaus formation are, it can be asked in a short question, name the plateaus of Pakistan. So you will mention the three major plateaus formation are Potwar Plateau, then where it is Potwar Plateau, also you will write this explanation, north of the salt range. It can be in MCQs. Potwar Plateau is located in north of the salt range, forming part of the old Gandhara province, stretching mainly along the chain of hills to the west of the Indus. Then the next is Balochistan Plateau, where it is. It runs across the dry hills from the northwest to the southwest, lying west of the Kirthar and the Suleiman Range. And third one, Kohistan Plateau, where it is between the lower Indus and the Kirthar. And overall, a short question can be asked. Write a short note on the plateaus of Pakistan. So you will write complete. If the names only the name is asked, name the plateaus of Pakistan. So you will write Potwar Plateau, Balochistan, and Kohistan, and also mention where these are situated or located. Next topic is deserts. Deserts of Pakistan we will discuss here. A short question overall can be asked. Write a short note on the deserts of Pakistan. So you will write complete paragraph from your book. It can be asked, name the deserts of Pakistan, Thal, Cholistan, Haran, and Pad Desert. These are the deserts of Pakistan. You will just write the name of the deserts of Pakistan. On either side of the Indus and beyond the reaches of irrigated lands, pocket of sandy desert, the Thal, number one desert, which we will discuss, the Thal, where it is south of the salt range, forming a triangle between the Indus and Jhelum. Number two, now we will discuss Cholistan Desert, where it is lying south of the Sutlej, an extension of the Indian tract of Rajasthan, and then stretching along the course of the dry bed of the eastern Nara, forming a vast tract of sand, hills succeeding each other like waves of sand, and locally known as a Thar. This is the Thar Desert, and finally merging into the Great Salt Lake, the run of Kutch towards the Kos and other small tracts. Now, another small tracts of desert in Kachi Plain on the southern slopes of the Suleiman, lying west of the Indus, is locally known as the Pad Desert Most of these track beyond the irrigated land west of the Indus, interred either by the salt or limestone ridge or by the fertile tracts, and the vast desert stretch beyond the alluvial plain on the east of the Indus, and the lower basin constitute belt and of arid zone, devoid of water and vegetation, providing a rich variety of pastoral and nomadic life in the socio-cultural scene. Next topic, coastline. Coastline belt stretching from the Indus Belt to the Persian Gulf along the Arabian Sea has been as a much relevant factor in the geophysical physics of Pakistan as the high altitude mountain in the north. I told you the position of the Pakistan, that is very important because we have also the different kind of weather, and also we have seaport and coastline. Now here we will discuss the position. Pakistan has a high altitude mountain in the north, which while the vast expanse of sea ensure the security of land, the open seas provided contact of this region, especially with the earliest civilization, the earliest old civilization known, Mesopotamia, and this literally means between the rivers. The oldest civilization, we can say, dates to the 4th century BC. And this is between the rivers. Mesopotamia means between the rivers, ancient Greek, old civilization, and Phoenicia also. This is old civilization, and later with the Arab and European maritime and trading communities in the west, as also with the maritime settlement along the Indian coast and beyond in the east. The coastline, therefore, it played an important role, also securing Pakistan's southern baseline, as did the mountain ramparts on the northwest border, while allowing some measures of socio-cultural inflows so as to keep the rhythm of progress. Also, it plays important role in the security of Pakistan, as we discuss, hills and mountains also played important role, and security, we discuss how the old is for the security of the old civilization, and pockets, these are since remote antiquity of the prehistoric time, pockets of protected small river valleys where he could survive against the natural hazards. Also, we discuss how the hills and mountains play important role in the security of the people and also old civilization. And still same for the coastline played its part in securing Pakistan's southern baseline, as did the mountain ramparts on its northwest border. Hope students you understand today lecture and revise this topic at home. Many short questions from this topic I told you, and one long question. Write a note on the river system of Pakistan. This is your long question. Revise this topic and also try to learn this topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.